Touring Cars is a leading provider of motorhome holidays in Northern Europe. We serve you with over 30 years of experience and aim that your holiday will be a wonderful adventure wherever you decide to go. During the summer season, we provide hundreds of motorhomes for our holiday customers, which all go through our quality checkup procedure before each client. There are different models of motorhomes, but the basic functions in all of our vehicles are the same. This video is to orientate you on the basic use of your motorhome. Please remember that your motorhome is much bigger than normal passenger vehicles. The motorhomes are almost 3 meters wide, up to 7 meters long, and almost 3.5 meters high. Please be careful when you drive. You cannot drive your rental vehicle to places that are lower than 3.4 meters. Parking garages are always too low for your motorhomes. Please also pay attention to trees and other objects close to the road, as those might cause damage to the vehicle. When reversing, be extra cautious as you cannot see behind the vehicle. It is always good to have somebody to check the outside that you have enough space. The maximum speed you are allowed to drive is 100 kilometers per hour. According to the law and for your own safety, all passengers must be seated and seatbelts fastened whilst you drive. All of our motorhomes use diesel. You can fill the diesel tank on the left-hand side of the vehicle next to the driver's door. The diesel tank is full at the beginning of your rental period. When you are returning the vehicle, please fill the diesel tank. The clean water tank holds up to 120 litres of water. The inlet to fill the water tank is located underneath the lid. When you use the clean water inside the motorhome, it is good to keep checking how much clean water you still have left and fill the clean water tank again before it runs empty. There is a 100-litre grey water tank underneath the vehicle. All the water you use in the shower and the kitchen flows to this tank. The tank can be emptied from the faucet located underneath the hem. Keep the grey water tank as empty as possible. Recommended places to empty the grey water tank are sewer inlets at gasoline stations and camping sites. Unless you have purchased the final cleaning package, you need to empty the grey water tank before returning the motorhome. The electricity inlet is located underneath a special lid on one side of the camper. When you connect the camper to an electricity outlet, the batteries start recharging automatically. It is recommended to connect the camper to the electricity grid always when possible. There is a 25-meter long electricity cable in the storage compartment. The septic tank for the toilet is located behind a small door. After you have released the lock, you can pull the tank out. You can empty the tank by opening the drain pipe cap in the end of the nozzle. Empty the septic tank only in places allocated for it. After you have emptied the tank, you will need to flush it with clean water and add new septic chemical. The chemical will prevent smell and make it easier to empty the tank after use. The motorhome uses gas for heating air and water, cooling the refrigerator, and for cooking. You have 2 full gas bottles inside the vehicle, and like with the diesel tank, we expect you to return the camper with full gas bottles. Finland and Iceland share the same valve system, while Sweden and Norway use different types of gas bottle valves. Therefore, you should buy all replacement bottles you need during your travels from the same country where you picked up your vehicle. If you plan to visit other countries besides the country where you started your travel, please make sure that you have at least 1 full gas bottle before crossing the border. Always check that you have turned off the bottle's gas flow before disconnecting it and connecting a new one. When you have connected the spare bottle, turn the gas flow on from the main valve and hold the gas leak protection valve for 10 seconds. You can buy a new gas bottle from bigger gasoline stations or some camping sites. If you do not want to buy a new bottle yourself elsewhere, we can also sell it to you at a touring cars rental station and change the bottles for you when you return the vehicle. The central electricity unit and fuse box for the living area can be located in most models underneath the right-hand side seat in the driving cabin, or at the back of the motorhome. Spare fuses are stored in the glove compartment. The exterior step is electronically operated. When you let down the step, make sure that you lower it all the way. When the step is down, it automatically locks into position. Before you are getting ready to drive the vehicle, you need to make sure that the step has been lifted and all the doors and windows are closed. Our different motorhome models and sizes have different looking interiors. However, despite the different layouts inside our motorhomes, the basic functions are the same. On the main panel, which in most models is located above the living area door, you have the main electricity switch, and you can check the basic information concerning your water supplies and batteries' electricity levels. The motorhomes have two batteries, one for the engine and the other for the living area. You can check both batteries' electricity levels from the main panel. There is also a signal light which illuminates when the vehicle is connected to the exterior electricity grid. When connected to the electricity grid, 220 volts electricity will automatically be activated inside the vehicle. This is for any 220 volt appliances you wish to use. The red alarm warning lights flashes if the voltage of the living area battery falls below 11 volts, and there is a threat of a total discharge. The 220 volt outlets work only when the motorhome is connected to the exterior electricity grid. Both batteries recharge when you drive the vehicle. When not driving the vehicle, only the living area battery is in use. Please remember that the radio and CD player use the engine battery and can empty it if you use them for long periods of time whilst not driving. The water tank is indicated with a tank symbol. When you press the up button next to the tank symbol, it shows how much water you have left in the water tank. When you press the down button next to the tank symbol, you will know how full the grey water tank is. When you wish to have hot air, water, or to use the gas stove inside the camper, you need to open the main gas valves inside. The gas valves are located either in the kitchen closet or in the kitchen drawer. You can recognize the valves from the symbols. A pot symbol is for the stove top, snowflake symbol is for the refrigerator, and a stove symbol is for the heater. If there is no gas coming out of the stove top, check that you have remembered to open the gas valve in the gas bottle compartment, and that you still have gas left inside the bottle. Check also that the gas leak protection valve is open by pressing its button and holding for at least 10 seconds. The air heater and the water boiler are combined in the same control panel. The unit operates using gas and in some models also electricity. Choose the type of energy source, gas or electricity from the switch panel. Wave symbol indicates electricity, flame, gas. You can use the option for electricity only when you are connected to the outer electricity grid successfully. After you have chosen the energy source you wish to use, you can choose to use either water heater, air heater, or both at the same time. After the water is heated, the boiler keeps it warm as long as you keep the water heating on. The air temperature can be adjusted turning the temperature control knob on the control panel. A larger number means warmer air temperature. Please note that water heating cannot be operated with electricity only as water heating requires gas to function or a gas and electricity combination. You can use a refrigerator with the electricity of the engine while driving, with 220 volts electricity when connected to the exterior electricity grid or with gas. When you are driving, please use the refrigerator with the engine's 12 volt electricity. This option is indicated by a battery symbol. Please note that you can use the engine's electricity to cool the refrigerator only when the engine is running. If you are staying at a campsite and you have an opportunity to connect the motorhome into the electricity grid, you can switch onto the 220 volt operation indicated with the electricity plug symbol. This is the most effective option to keep your refrigerator cool, and we recommend you use it every time you have the option to do so. If you do not have the option to connect to the electricity, you can use the gas for the refrigerator. Gas is indicated with a flame symbol. When using this option, remember to check that you have opened the gas flow in the main gas cabin outside the vehicle and the valve for the refrigerator inside the kitchen. You can choose how cool you want the refrigerator to be. Please remember to secure the refrigerator's door every time you close it to prevent it from opening while driving. The water pump is automatically switched on once a tap is opened in the kitchen or the bathroom area. If the water system has been empty and the clean water tank has just been refilled, it can take a few minutes before water comes out of the faucet. The hot water boiler will take more time to fill up before it allows water to run. Keep the water handle up until water starts coming out. Please note that if air temperature falls below 5 degrees and the heater is not on, the warm water boiler will automatically release all the water out of the system. If this happens, you need to close the antifreeze protection valve situated at the boiler. If you do not do this, the water keeps running out of the system. When you wish to use the toilet, you need to open the connection to the septic tank by turning the grey handle on the side of the toilet seat. Remember to close this connection after use to avoid any unpleasant odours. When you wish to make a bed formed from the table set, you first need to detach the table from the wall by lifting the table above a 45-degree angle. Then the supporting leg is turned and closed to the board. The board is lowered on top of the supporting ridges between two seats. Take the cushions from the back support of the seats and place them on top of the table board. Some of our models use metal bars to support the table board. The metal bars can then be found secured in the wardrobe. When driving the vehicle, the table boards have to be in their original position for safety reasons. Be careful when you open the windows. Open the latches and gently lift the window up. In most of our models, the window secures itself at 3 or 4 different heights. Some of the windows you need to secure to rest on the supports manually. When you wish to close the window, gently lift the window all the way up, and while supporting it with your hands, gently lower it down. Before you start driving, always check that all windows, including sunroofs, are completely closed. Do not drive with the living part windows or the sunroofs open, as they are designed only to be used when the motorhome is parked. During your rental, you are responsible of your rental vehicle. Before you start your holiday, we ask you to check the condition of the vehicle carefully so that you are aware of any current interior or exterior damages before beginning your holiday. Check the exterior of the vehicle from all sides. Pay attention to the hem and the rear of the vehicle, and make sure that the windshield has no visible damages. All of our rental stations have ladders for checking the roof. When checking the interior of the vehicle, pay attention to all table surfaces and that all the windows work as they should. This is also a good opportunity for you to make sure that you know how to use everything inside the vehicle. If you find any damages, we will mark them down on the damage report before signing the rental papers. The rental papers will be signed at the point when everything is checked and you are ready to start your holiday. If you have any troubles with your motorhome during your holiday, you should first check if the multilingual instruction booklets in your vehicle could help you solve the problem. If these do not help and you need advice, you can call our helpline numbers, which you can find from the Touring Cars introduction booklet you are given with your rental papers. We promise to do everything we can to ensure that all goes well during your holiday.